Deshae Frost is an American streamer and I don't know, former YouTuber. I mean, he's still on YouTube, but most of his stuff is IRL or in real life streaming. And I first came across Deshae Frost when he actually came to Nairobi. I want to say 2024 or 2025. He hangs around the DDG guys and all that stuff. He's pretty big, especially on the streaming platforms. And of course, these streaming guys are always with certain levels of controversy. I mean, they're making a ton of money. The younger guys, I mean, he's doing this thing. And he had like this little dating show in which was supposed to come out in 2023. And it did come out, but the problem was there was a young lady on there from Detroit. I want to say her name is Deidra, and they were not really getting along, okay? So when this clip came out of him pushing her, it was not in the show, but again, it came out in 2023. Recently, his ex-camera guy by the name of Chris Dafu put the clip that we have seen, right? And now your boy Deshae Frost is saying it.
First things first, I want to say is I will never, ever put my hands on a girl who's never put their hands on me, okay? I'm not a person to initiate and do things and try to hit a girl because, just out of the strength of just arguing or anything like that. This was from season 2. This was from 2022 or 2023, 4 years ago. And she was one of the girls that she came on the show. I brought her on the show and everything. And during the whole show, like, she was the only person who was literally like, I don't know, like physical, and she was hitting me. She was doing these things which I had to cut from YouTube videos because of monetization. And she would hit me and all these things, going back and forth and yelling, going back and forth and doing these things. And it kind of was just got to a point where I kind of didn't want to deal with that. I was drunk, and like I said, anything I say in this video is not to make anything right. This is not to make anything right. This is not make things easier. This is not an excuse for anything. This is just me telling this story. And I feel like nobody should ever put their hands on a girl. Ever. It don't matter how mad you get. It don't matter anything, you know what I'm saying? Like fighting or anything, unless like you literally like are getting punched a fucking 100 times or whatever, something just to throw her out the way or move her out the way.
And there's more.
What happened at the boat situation is that we were yelling, arguing, and she had just said things. I heard she said that I did this because I couldn't like, or something like that. Bro, that argument happened, whatever, because she was saying crazy things, which I had to cut out, and saying crazy things about my family. If you guys know me, I'm a very family man. Like, she's talking about my sister, all this other shit. She could, all crazy shit I had to cut out. She was all doing this, my family, talking about my family members, my different type of things, just up and being big and bad, And me as a man, I lowered my morals, and I went down to her level. Any guy that would hit a girl and do those things or whatever, you're lowering your how can I say, your respect. You're lowering your respect for yourself, and you're going down to her level. And as a man, you should never do that. She definitely was trying to irritate me and get on my nerves and do all these things. So when we're on the boat and she got up, I thought she was good enough to hit me again, and I just mushed her. My main thing is I was never trying to hurt her. I never like slapped her or but from that angle, it looks really bad. But I mushed her ass. Over there. I mushed her ass out because I was not finna be hit. I was not finna go in that, and I just walked away. But with that situation,
and there's more.
all I can do is move on from it. It's not something that happened recently, so I could have switched or whatever. It was four years ago, and literally, if I tried to run away from it, I couldn't. I didn't even know that video was he. And then the editor said that I had the video or something. I was gonna jump him or something. I didn't even know the video. He had that video. Honestly, I didn't even know he had that video. Definitely. I feel like he just kind of was trying to get something out there to get some money or a blow up or something like that. I see both of them in the comments responding to everybody, and if you're in the comments responding to everybody, that means you're looking through it. You're loving the feed. You're loving the internet. You're loving it, And me, I just literally have been off my phone, literally just having fun at Coachella, just trying to figure out my thoughts and just enjoying real life, But I do apologize, like I said, even though she's doing all these things, I will say I apologize again, which I have before. And I don't know. You came on my stream. You came on my stream 2 weeks later, chill with me, vibed. You were doing YouTube videos. You came on one of my streams. We was kissing, all different type of things, and got sexual and all these things like that. And you said it was cool. You said it was good, and you had fun. But like I said, man, I just didn't appreciate, you know, the hitting up.
Now, this is important because he does realize, like, look, it was bad. I shouldn't have hit her, but she was acting this way the whole entire time. But after which, you know, she came onto my YouTube. I end up hitting it after the fact. I clapped her cheeks. It was all good. We were still sexual, right? Now, here's what this lady said. Now, this is what she said. Her Instagram is Deshae__. She comments in the thing, y'all, that was me that he hit, all because I refused to have sex with him. I'm glad the truth is coming out. God will handle him. She also would come out on video and say this.
Anyway, y'all, so I asked him could he bring my sneakers because I left them under the bed. He calls me when he gets to Atlanta like, yeah, I got your sneakers. I pull up to get my sneakers. Come inside, no sneakers to be found. It's a bottle of Don Julio, though. Like, gang, stop playing with me, gang. Bro, shit.
He ain't say come get this.
Oh, yes, he did, gang. Yes, he did, gang. It wasn't no sneakers to be found, gang. No shoes. Where the f is my shoes at, gang? Like,
What was it?
huh?
What was there?
Casamigos and Don Julio. Yo, it's nothing funny, y'all. Stop laughing, bro.
So, you know, she's saying a whole bunch of stuff, guys, like, you know, he wouldn't give her stuff back and all of this. But like I'm gonna say this for any brothers that's out there that's young, middle age, or whatever. Let me just tell you this, and I had to learn this the hard way. The more money you got, the more you got to lose, brothers. And I want to talk to the black men out there because you got some brothers out there. They love disrespectful women. Okay, if he's saying it like, you know, it happened. Like she real rude, she real disrespectful. Look, I know a lot of brothers is attracted to like women who piss them off. Like I'm a dude that's, you know, kind of attracted to that. But you know what? And I'm just telling you this, like as black men in general, brothers got to get away from being attracted to dysfunction, being turned on to dysfunction. And I'm slowly getting away from that, especially like I said, living out here. I've been living out here in you know, out of the country for the last 10 years, right? When I moved to Poland and I had dated some, you know, black chicks that was from other places that lived there. It was the first time that I honestly had lived in a place where, you know, I experienced dating somebody without all of the crazy stuff happening. And I had to get used to that. I had to get used to being around women where crazy shit just didn't happen for no freaking reason. I'm being so, as y'all would say, I'm being so sincere. I never had did that before. Every time I had lived and dealt with a chick, it was always on some, you know, we gotta argue, where you been, you know, disrespectful stuff. Every little thing is a fight or whatever, and you just gotta deal with it. And there's so many black men that just because they got money, you would expect that they would not deal with that. But a lot of black men that got money still deal with it all the time. And any time where you feel like a woman is rude and being disrespectful, the first thing that we gotta start to do as black men, we don't have to match her energy. Like a lot of us think that, oh, she being rude and disrespectful and all that stuff, I need to be rude and disrespectful, just like her. Here's what I have found out, guys. Y'all may say I'm a simp for this, but I'm gonna tell you this. You can de-escalate your situation by just being a man. Look, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. Why are you doing X, Y, and Z? Talk regularly. Behave yourself. 90% of the time, that works. Especially for these chicks that's like hood, come from a little dusty ass ecosystem. When you start talking to them like that, they be, look, calm your voice down. What's wrong? Just calm your voice. You don't have to act like that. Calm your voice down. Well, I don't want to. And typically they'll be, if they care about you, they'll repent. The worst thing that you want to do is when a person come, and a lot of the ladies from the black community, I won't say a lot, but you have many sisters who just do not know how to handle their emotions. They don't know how to handle disagreements, and that's the only, and they can love you to death. That's the only way that they know how to communicate when something is wrong. Calm your voice down, baby. Just look, we here. I'm here to listen to you. And you'd be surprised at how often it'll calm them down, okay? The last thing you want to do, she acting crazy, she acting stupid, you acting stupid with her, okay? The next thing that you need to do, she acting crazy, I mean, she hitting you, whatever, that's different. Gotta, get her off you. But you gotta leave, you gotta remove yourself. Look, I'm gonna remove myself. Why? Because you the one that got the bag, brother. You have the money. That person don't. They could be the one that caused it. Oh, I'm sorry. Come back, let you clap, everything. Then come back and turn and spin the narrative. Nah, he mad because I didn't want to have sex with him. Because they trying to get their clout up. And it's the thing, man, when you're dealing with like a lot of women who want clout, it's okay to deal with women who have less than what you have. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What's the worst kind of woman to deal with is somebody who's a clout chaser that got less than what you got. It's okay to deal with a woman who ain't trying to be, all in the social media profiles, ain't trying to be this or that. That's okay. That's fine. But in his case, you dealing with a chick who want to be viral herself. So you giving the wrong person the opportunity to deal with that. And it's just unfortunate that, that happened. But look, man, gotta control yourself. These chicks out here, man, are down bad. Some of them. You know what I'm saying? And then if you got something popping, man, you gotta get away from these chicks. You definitely gotta get away from them. They're down bad. They're gonna be out here acting the ass. And you just don't have time, man. Black men doing something don't got time. You just don't. But remember those tips. And brother out there who got OGs in the game, they understand, especially if you're dealing with some of these chicks that's a little bit younger, single mama parent home, something like that. They out their body. Calm your voice. Calm them down. Baby, talk to me like you got some, you ain't gonna be yelling, don't yell. I need you to calm your voice down. Well, it's okay. Calm your voice down. They'll do that. Listen, instead of getting upside their head, yelling back at them like the rest of these dudes do, they'll be like, oh, okay. It'll bring their femininity out. It'll bring them out. It'll put them in the right situation. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. Producer for all you, heard the bell. We're out.